Hello and welcome to HanaMate. In this video I want to show you how I created a junk journal out of my messed up pages. I will speed it up and I will share some tips with you. However, there's so much flexibility that I hope just after watching this video you get basic idea of the technique really. I also want to spread a message that it's kind of okay to hoard your materials and don't throw out anything because you can eventually recycle them. So these are pages I made a while ago. I had like evening when I felt like being creative and I tried oil pastels on different pages, hoping to combine them with watercolors and whatever I had. I was not too impressed. I have to admit, I don't like my drawing or painting, but I do enjoy collage and messing it up eventually. So it was good quality paper, and I just didn't want to ditch it. I felt like using maybe some little parts of the art, but on the end, I decided to cover it up completely with different types of paper, sort of a collage style, and then paint over it and eventually stamp over it and turn it into one little journal. So this is basically how super easy it is, right? I had already different papers that I use in my for my junk journal pages, and most of them are either copied notebooks, piano books, some of them were maps, and then most of them were just simple Webster's dictionary pages. I love them because they are nice and thin, plus they have good size lettering and sometimes cute pictures. So I have to admit I didn't plan this really, and I was just um, I guess in a sloppy way putting different papers over each other, right on the top, layering them up, kind of trying to cover as much of the drawings that I did. It was very satisfying. I was just listening to music and I felt super creative. I also knew that what the final product will be, it wouldn't matter at all what I use. So now I'm applying on the top of the dictionary pages and the notebooks, I am adding tissue paper. Tissue paper is fantastic material. It is nice and thin, so either you can get tissue paper that comes for wrapping gifts in or like adding to the gift bags, or you can get tissue paper like for tissues, napkins, for wiping your face after eating. However, in that case, remember to just use top layer. That butterfly actually was a specialized kind of tissue paper vellum style with old-fashioned style. So as you can see, I'm combining different types of paper, and I do think that even if you use something cheap looking, if you use something that's a little bit more fancier, it makes it on the end look great. Once again, I am going to do different technique when I basically kind of paint over it or age it with paint, and you will not see most of it. You will just see it very transparent way, kind of thing. But my main message, I guess, or what I would like to teach those who are watching these videos is that it is always, first of all, you can use whatever you have handy at home. You can use whatever, and it doesn't have to be expensive, and you can have fun with it. And the best thing is that more relaxed and creative and confident you are, the, I believe, better piece you make. Creativity is something that I think some of us have, some of us have to work on a little bit, and I do think more we create, the better we are at it. So now you can see I'm applying the thin napkins, right? And I'm sorry about my head, I totally messed up. It's very satisfying to add them on. I don't cut them with scissors, I prefer if I can tear them. I like that kind of ruggedy edge. And now I am painting all over it. So I have a kind of opaque beige color paint, and I dried my brush first. So it's not like painted, but it's just smudged over it, right? Or kind of like dry painting, I guess, which I almost feel like saying dry something else. But anyhow, it just adds a kind of artsy look to it. So here you can see I have the butterflies and the flowers, so I don't want to cover them completely, but just smudge a little bit of paint over it. Like almost imagine it's like old-fashioned painting that's dirty. It looks more artsy. I don't know what to tell you. I like the look. I have seen it many times. Then I used it with ink. This is the first time I'm trying to kind of smudge paint on it, and it works well. So once everything dried, I cut the pieces into the size that I want my junk journal to be. So I am using, I used my cutter. I cut it to 5 by 5. I somewhat was thinking what part I want to cut and use and what is left over, right? So on each of those pages I fitted two. I am also checking every one of them if it looks decent and if I need to reattach any pieces. I think you saw me that I was gluing a little bit down because it wasn't glued properly, right? I was considering sealing it with Mod Podge because that would definitely give it more durability. However, if you use Mod Podge, you are kind of tied to using only permanent marker. Normal pen paint doesn't work. Now I'm kind of just playing around how I'm going to match the pages, right? Because many of them are the same. They came from the same page. So if I put them next to each other, they will match. And some of them I actually like this one, right? And some of them I don't want to match. So it's just having fun with it. That said, I am going to use 3 rings with a little spine, right? So it'll be like binding. And if I don't like any of those pages, I can always swap them. That's the beauty of it. So these are the rings. They are magic rings. I love them, love them, love them. They are fantastic, and I'm using them now all the time. Exactly for that reason that I can switch. I can switch the pages. So these are cover pages. Um, they are already from recycled paper, which I love, and they were, I believe, on the backing of notebook. So I punched 3 holes in every page and I attached them with the rings with a spine. I love the product, I love what happened, how it looks like. However, it still has good potential to be much improved. So what I basically showed you is just base for the page and I'm quite happy. It's artsy journal on its own. However, you can add quotes, you can add wording, you can actually give it to somebody to use for their personal journaling. So this is the final stage when I am adding more touch to the cover pages as well the pages itself. I love stamping, I love stamps, I love using them and I love their designs. Many stamps now are really incredible and they work well and I love them. If I wasn't lazy to go upstairs, I would use Stays On, which is a permanent ink that would be much wiser to use on the cover page, right? Because somebody is more likely to touch the outside of the page with wet hands or whatever, and we don't want it to look too smudged up. However, I think because it is junk journal, it's okay if it gets a little aged. So now I'm just flipping through and kind of looking if I can add any more elements to any of the existing pages as they are. There is definitely the potential to add more, right, as I mentioned, but I just wanted to kind of make each of those pages a little bit more interesting. Um, for the insides, I don't have to use the permanent marker. I am a permanent ink. I'm quite happy with this one. There are tons and tons of different designs and colors and you can overlay it. You can just do edges. By the way, every time you do edge or quote or something, if you kind of age the edge with ink, it pops up nicely. It gives it almost like 3D look. I love botanicals and I think most of my journals are kind of leaning that way. I like anything to do with nature. I just put the pencil there because I glued something and I don't want it to get attached to the next page, right? You can either use pencil, scissors, whatever you have, or a piece of plastic. It works well. You just don't want your pages to be messed up, right? Um, I hope you can kind of see the potential, how much fun this is, how creative it is. It is really amazing outlet. I am impressed how I finally am at the stage in my life that I can take time for myself and enjoy myself and completely shut um, from the outside world and people. Anyhow, this is tons of fun. I really do hope I inspired somebody. I think I put maybe 15 pages there, and I hope you remember how it looked like when I started. I feel it was definitely ugly, right? But I didn't want to waste the paper. So I'm just doing last flip through, and now I will show you how it looks like, um, because I think it deserves the attention. Pat on the shoulder. Yes, I'm quite pleased. The rings are fantastic. If you can get your hands on them, or any other type of binding rings, they're awesome. I am using the nail filer because my nails are super short after all the gardening I did. And I hope you can see the potential. Maybe if you remember what materials I used, you can kind of think back how it looked like. However, imagine that somebody who will buy or receive this journal, they have no idea what it is, right? So even though you may recognize the napkins or the tissue paper or the dictionary pages, somebody who will see it and who's not very creative, they will most likely be quite impressed. I dare to say blown away, because I think it looks fantastic. I'm very, very pleased that dry painting worked really, really well. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you like my ideas, I am into junk journaling now, and you can find me on Instagram or join me on Facebook. Thank you for watching, Hannah Mate.